You're listening to the DolphinsTalk.com podcast network.
There's a team that's in our hearts. We've got love that won't depart. We are always in the stands, 'cause we're super Dolphin fans. Football is mighty rough. Winning gets awful tough. We're rooting for the Dolphins. Our mighty, mighty Dolphins. We're rooting for the Dolphins. Our mighty, mighty Dolphins.
What's up, Miami Dolphin fans? Josh here, and happy Thanksgiving to you. This is a very special episode of the Same Old Dolphin Show because, in fact, it's not actually an episode of the Same Old Dolphin Show. What you are going to get today is a very special episode of Sods Extra, which is the segment that we do after every Thursday night live Same Old Dolphin Show. We go to Dolphins Talk Extra and we do a bonus segment for our subscribers over there. What you're going to hear tonight is the Thanksgiving food draft that Aaron, Mike, and I did last year just before Thanksgiving. And this is a very special episode because we thought, you know what? Because it's the Thanksgiving holiday, I'm actually, as you're hearing this and watching this, I'm actually not even at home right now. I'm actually in Chicago with some very dear friends celebrating the holiday. And so hopefully you are listening to this or checking it out in a quiet moment away from friends and family. But hopefully you're having a wonderful Thanksgiving wherever you are. But what we wanted to do was make sure that we could still give you content, because even though I'm out of town and we're not able to record a regular episode of the Same Old Dolphin Show, we wanted to give you a little bit of something for Thanksgiving. So what you're going to hear today is the Thanksgiving food draft that Mike, Aaron, and I did last Thanksgiving, where we drafted our favorite Thanksgiving foods. Let us know in the comments who had the best draft at the end. Let us know in the comments right here. If you're watching on Dolphins Talk YouTube or if you're listening in podcast form, let us know who had the best plate. And listen, if you really like what you hear in this episode, come on over to Dolphins Talk Extra and subscribe. Become a member at Dolphins Talk Extra. We do lots of fun things just like this all year round. We don't stop just because football season's over. And while this has been a little bit of a bumpy ride of a football season, we've still been having lots of fun over there at Dolphins Talk Extra. Be in our Discord server, with our fantasy football league, with our survivor pool, with our pick'em league. We've been having lots of fun over there. So come on in, join the fun. Patreon.com/DolphinsTalk. And you can sign up for as little as $3 a month. We look forward to seeing everybody there with us. And of course, don't forget, we're doing Brunch with Dolphins Talk on December 7th, when me and Aaron are going over to Mike's house and we're going to have a big food spread. It's going to be unbelievable. And we're going to eat and have a great time and live stream during Dolphins Jets on December 7th. So once again, that's patreon.com/DolphinsTalk. And with all of that out of the way, enjoy the show. Happy Thanksgiving. And to our international fans, wherever you are, happy Thursday to you. Go Dolphins! Dolphins Talk Extra. Hello. How are you? Thank you for being with us for this very, very special episode of, we're calling it Sods Extra because it's, we just did the Same Old Dolphin Show and now we're doing our bonus segment. But this is crossover content because Mike Oliva of Dolphins Talk is joining us on the show for a very special episode. This episode is all about drafting our favorite Thanksgiving foods. I thought it's Thanksgiving coming up on Thursday, so let's gather around, and you got a little sneak preview of this if you listen to the post-game wrap-up show with Mike and Tom. They give you a little teaser, little appetizer, if you will, for this food draft. But now you get in the real thing. It's gonna be a deep dive on all things Thanksgiving food. Here's how it's gonna work. We're gonna do a snake draft. So the brain will pick first, followed by me, And then Mike will pick twice, then I'll pick, then Aaron will pick twice, and we'll go back and round. We're going to do 5 rounds. And then maybe after 5 rounds, if we have some honorable mentions we want to shout out, we'll do that too. But each of us is going to pick our favorite Thanksgiving foods. And then at the end, we'll review everybody's plate, and you, the listeners, can decide who has the best Thanksgiving plate. That is how this is going to work. It's all in fun. Thanksgiving is in many ways, I think in many ways, it's a fantastic holiday because it's just the food. It's really just the food without any of the other obligations or baggage that comes with all of the other holidays, right? Like now, I'm not like a super religious person. So it's not like, Christmas and Easter are for me, like, you also got to go to church and you got to do your thing, whatever. Like that's not, that's not me. But, my house, when it's Christmas, we hang out, we open presents, whatever. But Thanksgiving is like purely like the holiday is all about you sit around the table, you say what you're thankful for, and you eat. And like, what's better than that?
I want to say this too about this draft. Unlike the real draft in the NFL or the NBA, everyone will get a passing grade here because we're talking food. And I know Aaron's a foodie. He knows food, loves food. I like food. We all know there's no bad plates here. This is everyone's going to get an A. Mel Kiper gives everyone an A. I don't know who's drafting what. We're all going to get A's because there's no wrong answers here.
That's right. And the other thing is, so this is going to be a draft for Thanksgiving food. But we had a conversation before we went live about like, should this be about like sides only, or you got to have a certain number of sides and you got to have a certain number of main dishes, and you got to have like a fantasy draft where you have to have a quarterback, a running back, a wide receiver, whatever. Like, should you have to have a main dish and an appetizer and a side dish and a dessert? And we decided it doesn't matter. You're picking your 5 favorite Thanksgiving foods. So it's 5 flex positions, and it could be anything you want. It's a super flex Thanksgiving food draft. You can draft whatever you want.
I will say this, and this, look, at the end of the day, you build it how you want to build it. It's your team. It's your starting 5.
It's your plate, baby.
If you want to make a basketball analogy, if you want like 5 7-footers out there, that's fine. I don't know that that's necessarily all working together. I don't know if that's your best starting 5. I'm trying to put the best plate of food together.
That's it.
And we'll see what that looks like.
Gotta have some continuity here, some logic behind this.
So the only rule that we sort of set forward here is that whatever foods you pick have to be a Thanksgiving food in your family's Thanksgiving tradition, right? So Mike talked about, I think you say eggplant parmesan or veal parmesan the other night.
Eggplant parm is a side.
Eggplant parm,
it's a very Italian thing.
That is a very Italian Thanksgiving food. It is not necessarily something that is in everybody's Thanksgiving dinner, but it is in your, tier of Thanksgiving dishes. So that is an acceptable thing. You can't say, I'd like a cheeseburger, because a cheeseburger is not. There may be a family out there where cheeseburgers is their regular Thanksgiving fare, and God
not
bless.
Mainstream though. We're talking mainstream.
Yeah,
holiday meals.
Be, or at least your family. My family has a unique. My family is pretty vanilla when it comes to this stuff, but traditional. But if your family has a specific thing, we could talk about it. Anyway, enough with the preamble. Let's get to the drafting. And Brain, you're on the clock.
Oh, I hate having the number 1 pick. When you're in a fantasy draft and it's a snake draft and you're like, well, I want to be on the opposite end because I can't really go wrong with the number 1 pick. But I kind of want to wait and see what comes to me so I can get the better second round pick. That's kind of where I'm at on this. So many good options that I could go with. So it's like, what's the one thing that I cannot be without on Thanksgiving? And kind of between 3 things, maybe 4 things. But I got to tell you, and I'm partial to this because it's become my specialty over the last few Thanksgivings. But I make a damn good rendition of mac and cheese. And so I'm going mac and cheese number one pick. Probably controversial. We'll see how this thing plays out, but I'm going to go mac and cheese number one pick.
That's a
I think that is an
popular item on Thanksgiving. It's very popular. I don't have it on my table, but I know a lot of people who do.
I'll tell you this about my Thanksgiving, about my mac and cheese, and Josh will finally get to taste it this year. Granted, I'll preface this by saying a couple of the cheeses that I had to get, that I normally get in South Florida, I couldn't necessarily get, but I still think it's going to come out great, is I make a truffled mushroom mac and cheese. And I do it with typically 4 or 5 cheeses. The big cheeses are a sharp, you got to have a sharp cheddar in a mac and cheese, a sharp white cheddar. Then I put in some Swiss for a little bit of funk. I throw in a little Fontina for some creaminess. And then generally I put in a smoked Gruyere. Oh. That is where I had the difficulty. So I couldn't find a smoked Gruyere at the Wegmans or at the Tops. So what I did is I got a regular Gruyere and we got a smokehouse jack. So it's like a smoked jack cheese. And then we always, we top it with some crispy fried onions.
I got a couple places I have to tell you about to go to. You might
I was going to say, you're talking to a couple of guys here who can tell you where you might be able to find some cheese that you're looking for, but that'll be for the extra subscribers after this is over. Brain, a very good pick, starting strong with mac and cheese. I like it. That brings it to me with the number 2 pick of the draft, and I am not messing around here. I'm going straight for the throat. I don't care. You left my pick out there on the board. He's fallen to me at number 2. I'm going pumpkin pie. Oh, mine. Give it to me.
I love it.
Give me pumpkin pie at number 2. Yeah, give me dessert first. Yes. Give me dessert. Oh, I want dessert for breakfast. I want dessert for lunch, and I want dessert for dinner, and then I want dessert for the post-dinner snack during the late football game. I want dessert over and over and over again. And when it's a piece of pumpkin pie with a good dollop of homemade whipped cream on top, forget about it. It's the best. It is absolutely fantastic. Pumpkin pie is my first round draft pick for the Thanksgiving food draft.
That's like when the Atlanta Falcons took Michael Penix in round 1. Everyone went, whoa, pumpkin pie. You got everyone's attention. Not a bad pick. I'm just saying you got everyone's attention with pumpkin pie. Now, I'm going to be more of a traditionalist here because the 2 picks I wanted fell to me, and I get back to back. So number 1, Thanksgiving's about one thing. I think it's turkey. I'm taking turkey. I know some people like the ham and some people don't like turkey. And turkey these days has become controversial. Why do we have to have turkey? Nobody has to have anything. Have what you want. But I think turkey Thanksgiving is synonymous. And I think as a main dish, we're starting with the main dish and we'll work around. It's like when you build an offensive line. You start with your left tackle, then you figure out the rest. We're starting with my main dish. We're going turkey. We're going to figure out the rest from there. That's number 1. Number 2, and everyone makes their own variation of it in some way, shape, or form, and it's very rare to even get like a bad one, stuffing. Stuffing is the side that I think most people think of when they think Thanksgiving, because how many times a year are you going to have stuffing? Some of these other sides you can have with various plates all year round. Stuffing is mainly one that you see this time of year, Thanksgiving. So it's going to be turkey and stuffing to start my plate.
I respect it.
Oh, and I forgot, since we're talking Thanksgiving in the draft, I have to put on my serious glasses. Let's get to work, boys.
Yes.
Oh my! This is that has to be a sneak peek for everybody for Wednesday's show.
Yes, I have a lot going on Wednesday. There's a lot going on Wednesday.
All the Thanksgiving.
A lot of surprises. Let's just say.
Yes, very good. We love to see it. Excellent. And for those listening in audio form, Mike has put on his turkey sunglasses, and they are, we'll say, eccentric. He's looking like a modern day Jimmy Hart over there. So
The mouth of the
okay.
South.
Yeah,
I do have
that's
a
right.
megaphone over here in arm's distance. Hold on.
Oh my goodness. Look out. Look out. He's going to get the megaphone, folks. This is fantastic. Oh, he's got it.
Come on, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I don't know if it's working right now, but I do have it. Hey, baby, mouth of the South. Jimmy Hart here. What's going on?
Pop the brain. Excellent.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Well, Mike has gone with turkey and stuffing, which brings it back to me. And I'm not, I mean, listen, I know people maybe were a little bit taken back by me going dessert first, but I'm going to go a bit more the traditional route here with my second pick. And it's mashed potatoes, baby, because mashed potatoes, I feel like, is a staple that you got to have on the table on Thanksgiving. I like it with the gravy. You put the gravy on the mashed potatoes. Quite frankly, I like to put the gravy on the mashed potatoes, and then I put the gravy on the turkey, and I put the gravy on the stuffing. And I mean, gravy is almost a separate pick here. I don't know if that counts, but I'm going mashed potatoes with this pick, because when you get the mashed potatoes and they're made just right, the right texture, not too soft, but not too solid, that is a perfect mashed potatoes. And that is my second pick of this draft. Brain, to you.
Yeah, I like it. I like that you took the potato dish. Mike took the stuffing dish from me. I'm happy that Mike took turkey. Classic. I'm not a turkey guy, but I feel like with the way the board has fallen, I got to go ahead and lock in my main entree, my main dish, my big protein. I'm all about that glazed ham. Like, give me a good glazed ham, and I am a happy brain. So now I've got the glazed ham to go with the mac and cheese, and now I've got an interesting dilemma. Do I want to go... do I want to go with a side? Do I want to go with dessert? Josh has already taken dessert. Is he going to double up on desserts? Is Mike going to double up on desserts and leave me with no desserts? I'm going to go with something that's a side, but it's a little bit on the sweet side, and that is the sweet potato casserole.
Ooh.
The sweet potato casserole, especially if you put some pineapple in there. I am a big fan of pineapple, and I am a big fan of sweet potatoes. So much so that I've earned the nickname with some people as Papa Dulce. So I'm going with my namesake and taking the sweet potato casserole and the glazed ham.
Yes, I like that. A pair of very good picks there from the brain. My kids, in fact, they don't necessarily call him that, but Tio Papa Dulce over here. Uncle Aaron the Brain. They literally do call him Uncle Aaron the Brain, which is kind of remarkable and amazing.
Or Uncle the Brain.
Uncle the Brain. That's right. So that brings it back to me, and I feel like I want to try to go. I'm on a couple minds here about how well-rounded I want to go here, in terms of the plate that I am building. I'm going to go with, when I think of the foods that I love on Thanksgiving, and honestly, because this Thanksgiving we're doing a little bit more of a potluck situation, I don't even know if this dish is going to be present at the Thanksgiving table this year, but it is a favorite of mine. So I am going to go for it, and I am going to draft it here. And that is a green bean casserole.
Nice.
I feel like a green bean casserole is a strong side dish. I know it's a little controversial because not everybody likes the green bean casserole, but for me, when you can position the green bean casserole on your plate directly next to the mashed potatoes, it becomes an even more powerful dish, because you now have this combination of green bean casserole and the gravy and mashed potatoes, and you can get a little bit of that gravy mashed potatoes on the green bean casserole, and you shove that down your gullet. Aces, baby. So give me green bean casserole with my third pick.
Ooh, that was on my radar there. So I have to pivot. The first one I'm going to take, because I got two here, is I want to lock up a dessert, because I want a well-rounded plate. And I got turkey, I got stuff. I'm going to go apple pie, because I think Pumpkin pie might be the pie most synonymous with Thanksgiving. I think apple pie is a close second. So I want to go apple pie with my first one to sort of lock in the dessert. And now in my final two picks, which is one right here, I can go BPA, best food available. So I should say BFA. And I got the turkey, I got the stuffing, and I want to get some sort of vegetable mixed in here because we got some heavy things with the turkey and stuffing. And let me go with roasted carrots. Roasted carrots is something we haven't always had, but the past 3 or 4 years, it's something that has been part of our meal on Thanksgiving. And I'm going to go roasted carrots as I've become a fan over the past few years. And it is something that sort of changes it up. You can't have everything be so heavy, and throw in a little bit of vegetable here as what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I think that's a fine pick, and I think I love a roasted carrot personally.
Love carrots.
Yeah,
it has to be seasoned the right way. If it's made right, though, great.
Oh yeah. You don't want a soft, bland carrot.
No.
That's just asking for trouble at that point. But let's get back into this here because I got my fourth pick here, and I realize that I do probably need to have a little bit of a protein here. Now the big ones are off the board. You got Mike has the turkey, Brain has ham, and so I got to go a little bit with something that is. This is not something that is in everybody's house on Thanksgiving, but it is usually in mine. And it's usually involved in my Thanksgiving in some way, shape, or form. And that is a shrimp cocktail. So
ooh, yes.
I'm going to get some shrimp on this menu, and I'm going to throw it down. So give me the shrimp cocktail in round number 4. Brain, it's back to you.
All right. Yeah, I'm just texting my wife because she doesn't give a damn about the regular podcast, but this she cares about. This or about any draft that we've ever done, fantasy draft, NFL draft, NBA draft. Couldn't care less. But this she's invested in, so I'm just updating her on all of the picks.
You're texting her the picks? This is amazing.
Every single pick. So you just took
shrimp cocktail.
Shrimp cocktail. And that I definitely need to text. So Josh goes outside of the box with shrimp cocktail. Okay, so I've got 2 picks left. So I'm basically finishing my meal here. So far, what I've got is I've got a glazed ham, I've got a mac and cheese, and I've got a sweet potato casserole. I got to say, I'm really stoked about that plate so far. And so now what I feel like I need a vegetable. And I need it as a dessert. And look, my favorite dessert for Thanksgiving and just in general, I love pumpkin pies. Josh took it in the first round. In my mind, a little bit of a reach, but I respect it. But my second favorite Thanksgiving dessert is pecan pie. I love a good pecan pie. Make it with some good bourbon. Put some warm spice in there. Really great way to end the night with a cup of coffee. So that we're saving that for later. Maybe I should have made that my 5th pick, but it doesn't matter because I get the back to back. I need a vegetable. Give me some creamed greens, whether it's a creamed spinach or some sort of creamed kale situation, some sort of collard greens would be different, but that would be pretty good too. But I think for Thanksgiving specifically, give me some creamed greens. I know that I've got a lot of dairy with the mac and cheese, but that's okay because Thanksgiving is a little bit of overindulgence. I'm all about being decadent, so give me the creamed greens to round out the plate. I've got a beautiful plate of a glazed ham. I've got.
Hold on, we're gonna review the full roster here in a minute.
Okay, all right.
Calm down. Pump the brakes.
Right. Pump. Brakes have been pumped. Go ahead, make your pick.
Okay. So to my final pick, and again, I feel like maybe this is a little bit off the board, like maybe not what somebody would be expecting, but It's one of those items that I think is very simple and is a perfect vehicle to complement everything else on the plate. And when you get it made correctly, it is one of those things that you don't think about necessarily as a Thanksgiving food, but that is on the table and has a way of making everything else just kind of pop on its own.
I think I know where you're going.
And that is the old-fashioned dinner roll, baby.
Exactly where I knew you were going with this.
You get a basket of dinner rolls, nice warm dinner roll. You cut it. You get a nice pat of butter on there. You let the butter melt. You don't spread it. You just let that butter melt into both sides of the roll. Take a big bite. Maybe you scoop up some of that mashed potatoes, some of that gravy. Get that on the roll. I mean, that roll is that is a formidable item when you really think about it. So give me the dinner rolls with my final pick of the draft.
Yeah, solid pick there. I had a feeling you were going there, like a little accent piece to sort of finish off a plate, and it's a great piece that you selected. So I'm down to 2, since it's the
one last pick.
Well, I know, no, I'm down to 2. I have to pick one between the 2. I'm down. Let me see. How do I want to do this? I'm thinking. You know what? I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I do eat it. And it's, I think to finish off my plate, it's a solid pick here. We got turkey. We got stuffing. We got roasted carrots. We got apple pie. I could go with my eggplant parm, or I could go with Old Faithful cranberry sauce. And I'm going to bring a little bit of Italian flavor to this. And I'm going with the eggplant parm, because the eggplant parm, I think, complements everything else I have perfectly. A little bit of sauce in there, not too much. You got some cheese, mozzarella. It's light. It's not too heavy. It's eggplant. It's the perfect side dish. So when you're having turkey and stuffing, you throw in some carrots, eggplant parm. If you're Italian, if you're a Gindaloon like me, you understand eggplant parm is a good dish, good little side dish for the Italians out there. So that's my dish. Very traditional. I think a very traditional Italian Thanksgiving dish I got.
Love it. So to review, here are the items. Aaron the Brain, his menu: mac and cheese, glazed ham, sweet potato casserole, pecan pie, and creamed greens. Next is mine, which is pumpkin pie, mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, shrimp cocktail, and dinner rolls. And Mike, turkey, stuffing, apple pie, roasted carrots, and eggplant parmesan. So that is the Thanksgiving food draft for 2024.
I have to say this. All of our plates are good. There's no wrong answers here. If you put any one of those 3 in front of me on Thursday, would not be disappointed. I want to say, though, Josh, yours is outside the box, and I love it. I love it. I think it's interesting. I think I could have that plate and be totally happy with it. The shrimp, green bean casserole, some mashed potatoes, getting pumpkin pie and a dinner roll to boot. That is an interesting outside the box draft, and I love every pick.
What I would say about my plate in particular, as I'm looking at it, I'm thinking about my specific plate, and I'm thinking about like the way my Thanksgiving typically plays out. And the thing is, I'm not going to be in tryptophan coma land by 4:30. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to be dead to the world by the time the Cowboys game kicks off. I'm going to be, probably by the time the Cowboys game kicks off, I'm going to be ready for another plate. I'm going to be ready for second dessert. Honestly, by the time that game rolls around, because it's not the heaviest plate, I guess depending on how the green bean casserole and the mashed potatoes are put together. But it's a plate that I could have several helpings of that plate.
Absolutely, because
over
the
the
shrimp
course.
cocktail is going to be light, so you can just go to town on the shrimp and be totally not full.
That's what I'm saying. It's a good situation. But that I think it also opens the door to the possibility of some other pre-game snacks. So like, we didn't get into like some of the honorable mentions. Well, first of all, let's go
Appetizers, yeah.
honorable mentions. I know you had another one that you were choosing between.
Yeah,
What was
I
the
mean,
other one that?
Here's the biggest shock, I think. If this was like a real draft, how is this guy not drafted? Cranberry sauce was not drafted. No cranberry sauce. Now, I'm not a big cranberry sauce guy, but should it have been one of the 15 picks? Mel Kiper would probably say, you can make the case. You can make a case.
Yeah, I would give honorable mentions to a couple things. I liked your pick of the dinner rolls, Josh. If I was going to go bread, and I had dinner rolls as a possibility of something something that I could go with, but I had another bread in there that I could have gone with, and that would have been. And I've got two honorable mentions. One is that bread, and that's cornbread.
Oh yeah. That's
because
a good one.
A good cornbread absolutely can make that plate. And that honestly would have been the next thing on my dish. If I would have left off the pecan pie, the cornbread would have gone in perfectly. But I'm a dessert guy. I got to have my dessert. So the cornbread unfortunately got left off the table. And then the other thing was when Josh took the mashed potatoes, I have another potato dish that we sometimes do at Thanksgiving, which is a potato gratin. Like a cheesy,
I've had those. Yep.
A cheesy sliced potato thing. But the thing is I already had the mac and cheese. So I pivoted and went in a different direction. And since I did the sweet potato casserole, I had a potato. I already had the cheese. I was happy with the way it came out.
Squash is another one. Now, is squash technically sweet potatoes or just like another variation of it? Because to me, I think they are kind of very similar, but they're not. They're a little bit different. But that is one, I guess, that was also undrafted.
Yeah, that's fine. There's there's a number of different things out there. Here's something that's very simple, and it's a simple thing that a lot of times people will put out like before a Thanksgiving dinner. Is sometimes there's just like a nice cheese and cracker.
Oh, we do that.
Oh, absolutely.
Every holiday, cheese, crackers, pepperoni. Every Italian family does that.
Oh yeah, you got to have your sliced. You got to have your sliced meats there. So you got some of that on there. It's good, and that's another thing that people
perfect appetizer.
Love a charcuterie.
Yep.
Another popular dish, in my household, and we're gonna have some of this. My cousin is actually going to be making it for Thanksgiving. Is applesauce, another very popular item on a Thanksgiving tray. Yep. So I'm excited about that. Get a little applesauce in me. I'm also excited. Like, listen, you guys on Dolphins Talk Extra have heard me speak, constantly about this chocolate cake for the past week. Chocolate cake should be part of every holiday.
You know who's got a great chocolate cake? It's a chain restaurant.
You get your pumpkin pie, you get your apple pie, maybe a little piece of pecan pie, and then when you finish that, then you need your dessert, chocolate cake.
I had a great piece of chocolate cake recently from a place that would probably surprise you, and I want to get the official. It's called the Chocolate Stampede. It's pretty much just a triple layer chocolate cake.
Sounds fantastic.
Longhorn Steakhouse. Chocolate Stampede at Longhorn Steakhouse. It is amazing.
Longhorn Steakhouse in a minute.
I got one like 5 minutes from my house. Anytime you guys want to go, just let me know.
I don't know, and I'm a big dessert guy, and so like a few years ago, we kind of made it pies giving. We had I think we had 8 different pies on Thanksgiving. I don't know how many of our subscribers on the Patreon live in South Florida, but if you do live in South Florida, and you're not in South Miami or something, if you're close, if you're in Broward particularly, there's a place off of Griffin Road and the Turnpike.
Oh yes.
between the 441 and the Turnpike on Griffin Road in Davie, Florida, called what's it, like New River Orange Groves, and then you go into the Orange Grove.
This
and
place is a classic.
And they have this place called Terry's, and they make all these pies, and they kind of proclaim themselves to be the best key lime pie in South Florida. I don't necessarily subscribe to that, although their key lime pie is very good. But they make great pies. So like banana cream pie, pumpkin pie. They got a great coconut cream pie. They do a great key lime pie.
An Oreo
they have
pie.
this Oreo cream pie that if you really are decadent like us, like absolutely is awesome. If you're in South Florida and you're looking for a good dessert to bring to a potluck or to bring to your own, and you don't feel like making your own pie, check out Terry's. But I will say, you want to go there sooner rather than later. The closer you get to Thanksgiving, number one, they will run out. And number two, you could be looking at a very long line.
So there we go. That is going to be a wrap on the Thanksgiving food draft. Again, let us know in the comments. You can let us know in the comments on the main Patreon page. You can also let us know in the Dolphins Talk podcast channel on the Discord. Let us know, who do you think had the best draft? And also, what are some of your favorite Thanksgiving dishes? If we didn't mention something that you like, let us know. Like, I know some people.
No wrong answers. There's no wrong answers.
Maybe somebody likes a peach cobblers. Maybe somebody likes, a lemon meringue pie on Thanksgiving. Maybe somebody likes, I don't know, something way out of left field. Maybe, I know some people, we eat lasagna at Christmas, but maybe you have lasagna on Thanksgiving. I know that there are people that do that, and that would be, a very clutch item to come through with. So let us know. Let us know in the comments. A reminder to everybody that you are hearing us, that we have talked about the Mercury Morris giveaway. There it is. There's Mike holding it up. The Mercury Morris jersey. We're giving it away. And by being a Dolphins Talk Extra subscriber, you are automatically entered for a chance to win. If you are currently subscribed at the $3 level, you get one entry. If you are subscribed at the $5 level, that's 2 entries. And if you are at the $10 level, you are receiving 4 entries into the pot. So you've got you're 4 times as likely to win. So if you wanted to, if you're at the $3 level and you wanted to move up to the 5, if you're at the 5, you want to move up to the 10, you can do that as long we're at whatever level you're at as of December 6th. That is how many chances you'll have to be entered in. That's the day that is going to happen. And if you have another Dolphin fan in your life that you feel like you want to maybe gift a subscription to, you can get them involved as well. You have till December 6th to get them involved. So again, thank you for subscribing. We appreciate you. We hope that wherever you are, you have a happy Thanksgiving and that you can take advantage and spend a moment to be thankful for all of the good things that you have in your life. And we will be back with you. Got a lot more content coming your way this week across Dolphins Talk. I don't know if Mike is going to do
the college football show
probably
week. Tomorrow. Yeah,
a little bit later in the week, but that's still coming your way.
And Wednesday,
you're going to still have content coming your way, even though it's Thanksgiving. The content never stops at Dolphins Talk. So, Mike, anything you want to say to the people before we get out of here?
On Tuesday, probably afternoonish, myself and Josh Moser. He can't record at night, so we'll probably have that show a little earlier in the day. Not sure exactly what time yet, but it will be Tuesday afternoon. And then Wednesday, our Thanksgiving spectacular show that I do each and every week. Ian, I've spoken to him. He might be able to join if he's up to it. He's home now, so he might be able to return and join. And if he can't, I'm going to talk to him tomorrow. He said, let's chat on Tuesday, and I should have a better idea. He wants to do it, just he might not be up for it, honestly. So if he can't, then I'm going to have another surprise co-host. I think I got someone lined up, but hopefully Ian can just do it, and he's feeling up to it. But there will be a show Tuesday with Josh Moser, Wednesday myself and somebody for the Thanksgiving spectacular show.
Excellent. So lots of good content coming your way here at Dolphins Talk Extra.
And then Thursday after the game, Tom and myself, live post-game show.
That's right. The post-game wrap-up show. wouldn't miss that for a minute. So enjoy the holiday week. Hopefully, everybody's able to take at least a little bit of time off of work and can enjoy themselves and have a nice time this week. And again, for our friends that are overseas, hopefully you have a nice Thursday. So thank you all for joining us. We will talk to you again next time. And as always, go Dolphins.
And I'm hungry.
Gobble, gobble.